Morning, folks. Coach Burt, I'll let some folks jump on this morning. Having a little breakfast. Good morning to you. Today we're going to be talking about characteristics of people of interest. Characteristics of people of interest, right? And good morning. No, it's amino acids. Great question, David. It's amino acids. All right, good morning, folks. Coach Burt, 7 a.m. on Monday morning. Hope you're up. Hope you're going. It's the 11th day of January. First question, where are you in relationship to your goals? Where are you in relationship to your goals? You said probably in December, here's what you're going to do. My goals were to double my revenue this year in my coaching business. And I'm measuring that based on what I do every week. So there's a number I'm trying to hit every week. I did not hit it in the first week. I came close to hitting it. If one or two deals would have came through, I would have exceeded it. Tom Alexander. But the first week I did not hit my target. Okay, so this week, that means when I sit down and mapped out my goals for this week and I wrote them up last night, I had to raise my number for this week because I didn't hit my goal last week. I had some verbals, but I didn't get them across the finish line mark on a contract with payment. So I didn't hit my target the first week. Okay, so I got to come out this week and I got to do something different, folks. What did you study this weekend? Who did you learn under? What did you listen to? What books did you read? How are you going to come in this week and be better than you were last week, right? That's the question. Okay, that's the question. Now, I'm going to move into talking about, let me get a paper towel. I'm going to move into talking about this concept of person of interest. Good morning, Frank. Because I've got this boot camp coming up in February called Person of Interest Boot Camp. It's the very first time I've ever done this boot camp. I think it's going to be one of the best boot camps I've ever done. And it is the concept of how do you become known in the world? How do you become a known quantity in the world? How do you become famous? How do you become renowned? How do you become celebrated? Charlie, how do you, and you know, I was thinking about this yesterday because I've been watching this show over the weekend and I've been on these clubhouses this weekend and all of these things. It's like, man, the people who are the most known get the most attention. It's just that simple. The more known you are, the more attention you get, the more opportunity you get, the more leads you get, the more inflow you get. And so when you start thinking about people of interest, my first thought, my mind goes to people of interest never allow another person to stand between them and their destiny. They got targets, they've got goals, they've got dreams, they've got hopes, and they never say, well, I'm going to ride the coattails of that dude, or I'm going to ride the coattails of that woman, or I'm going to allow something external for me to help me get there. Because I was thinking, man, about having a TV show, and I'm like, man, I could get a TV show, Jonathan Urie. If I wanted it bad enough, you can almost get almost anything you want if you want it bad enough. But the question is, who do you know who can help you in 2021, Pastor Ken? And have you reached out to those people? Right? People of interest have high degrees of specialized knowledge, impeccable skill. They've got incredible prey drive, contagious confidence, high degrees of likability, deep connectivity, deep networks. Right? They're people of interest. And because they're people of interest, they are moving about the planet. They're up, they're moving, they're circulating, they're taking action. What they're not is they're not static. They're not stuck. That's good, Sean Jones. They're not stationary. Right? So this whole month I'm going to be talking about characteristics of people of interest. Well, one huge characteristics of people of interest is they take full responsibility for their learning. They take full responsibility for their extraction of content. They take full responsibility of who they're studying. So let me give you a hack that I do. On the weekend, I spend time studying really successful people. Okay, right now I'm studying WeWork's Good morning, Lori Stye, and a book called The $1 Billion Loser, and all of the interviews about how that worked, because I've got a new greatness factory coming in Nashville. Why did I build a greatness factory in Nashville? Positions me as a person of interest. I'm doing things. I'm moving. I'm circulating. I'm creating. I'm not static. Once I accomplish one goal, once I have one, now I want two. So I'm talking to a guy in London about having one in Miami. I want one in London, one in Singapore. I want one in Houston, Texas. Come on, Mike. Nathan Weathersby. So what am I doing is I'm moving. I'm circulating. I'm creating. I'm not static. I'm not stuck. I'm not living off the past. I'm not satisfied with the past. Today don't care what you did yesterday, folks. So people of interest are looking out into the universe. They're removing any fear and considerations they have, and they're taking high degrees of action and responsibility, right? That's really what people of interest are doing. What they're not doing is they're not sitting, and they're not static, and they're not stationary. Now, the reason I mentioned that one thing, and the one thing I mentioned was, good morning, Albert Dutton, is I watch videos and I listen to people, and they spend their time bashing other people. And here's the deal. Who they're bashing are people that are doing things. So I was just watching a video of this one dude on YouTube bashing this dude that's doing probably 100 times more than he's doing. And I'm thinking, you got it all wrong, man. People of interest, they don't sit there and criticize other people that are doing big things. Good morning, Susan. They don't have time to criticize. What they do is they take full responsibility for the extraction of content. Sonia Turner. It'd be like Sonia being in my coaching program and saying, man, I didn't get my money's worth out of Coach. Well, I would say, did you watch Coach every morning? Were you on the Monday calls? Did you go to class? Like, it is the learner's responsibility. That's not the teacher's responsibility. You go to college and you don't learn anything in college. It ain't the teacher's fault, although most of the teachers suck. It's your fault because you didn't pay attention. Okay, and I know that because when I went to college, I didn't pay attention a lot. I didn't get the full value. I've been to courses, I didn't get the full value. People of interest, though, no. I could watch this dude one time on Facebook and get enough value for a year. All I need is one idea. Take a book like this, Nathan, right? Nathan's working out with me now at F45. It's not Michelle's fault if you don't get a good workout. It's his fault. It's not Michelle's fault if you don't get a good workout. It's my fault, right? You have to make up your mind as a person of interest that there is nothing that's going to stand between you and your destiny. That means I don't have time to be critical, complain, whine, pout, make excuses, point fingers. What I've got time to do is get up and pursue my goals. Now, if your goals ain't big enough, then that could be your problem. If your goals ain't big enough, it's like you don't have any excitement. You don't have any passion. You don't have any veracity. You don't have any force. Good morning, Tara. You don't have any energy toward your goals. So what people that don't have any energy toward their goals get up and whine, pout, complain, make excuses. And they spend a lot of time tearing other people down that are doing big things, okay? Now, I don't get a lot of that, which is a pretty good indicator I'm not doing enough in the world, right? Gotta get a little more juice in here, folks. Now, when you think about it, Mike Dole, what we're talking about this morning is characteristics of people of interest. Scott Biscuits, Ayers, what's up? The big lesson I'm trying to teach you guys, because I'm having a little breakfast after my workout. I've got a loft here, and then I leave here and go to the Greatness Factory in Nashville, is to get out of this world where you're spending a lot of time saying you didn't get something from somebody, right? It's the real estate agent that said they didn't give me any leads. It's the salesperson that says I don't have anybody to call. It's the broke person that says I can't figure out how to make money. It's the college student that said I didn't get my value out of college. It's the seminar participant that says I didn't get my money's worth out of the seminar. It's a coaching participant that said I don't see the full value. Value is created, Sean, by your participation in the value. Okay, now if you ever go whitewater rafting, a good guide will tell you, he could say, man, Tim, I'm the best at what I do, but I've got one piece of advice. If you fall out of this boat at any time, you must become an active participant in your own rescue. So I was sitting there watching a dude on television last night going, man, I need a TV show. And then I started thinking, I don't need that dude to get a TV show. I need to start pursuing and working my selling system, because that's how you get a television show, is you work the selling system. I need to come into the day with a hit list. I need to work my top 25 relationships. I need to pull out my connectors. I need to, right? If that's the target, a TV show, then, man, I need to go get it. I don't need to just sit back and go, well, I'm not ready. Well, it's not the right time. Well, how will it work? Well, who can get me on television? I know people get me on television. Okay, the question is, will I take the effort? So people of interest take large degrees of action versus get up and complain about what they don't have access to, right? It's like air. Where does air stop and start? What does the ocean care if you get a teaspoon or a 20-gallon bucket? So if you're going to make up your mind you're going to be a POI today, folks, then you need to start thinking about coming to my boot camp on February, I think 17, 18, at my lodge out in Christiana, Tennessee. And I will walk you through the book, Person of Interest, everything I've done over the last 20 years to drive up my person of interest score, how to become known and famous in the world, how to create value, how to be a must-have versus a nice-to-have, how to create value versus watch value, how to take an action, man. If you've ever said to yourself, man, I want to be known. I have a desire to be somebody in the world. I want to help other people. I don't want to be one of, I want to be the best. Okay? Thank you, Sean Jones. So, February, I'm gearing up for this thing. I'm going to be talking about person of interest almost every day. Almost every single day, I'm going to be talking about how you be a person of interest, because I believe within each of us is a desire to be known, counted, renowned, celebrated. Okay? So, I'll post the link here. Get your tickets, get in the lodge with me. Let's spend 2 days with each other. Let's drive up your person of interest score. And by then, I'm going to have a story to tell you about how I figured out how to get on television. Come on, guys. It's the learner's responsibility to take the action. Nothing stand between us and our destiny, guys. God bless you. Have a great day. I'm headed to the Nashville Greatness Factory.